your positive remarks may as well be reinforcing the mask that creates division between you and you. I grow so fond, so attached of the idea of me being this that I created with my positive remarks, that I don't see that these positive remarks is denying the truth of me. And this obsession about being this perfect self creates this huge barrier and gap between the truth of me. So this apparent positive is a deep-rooted negativity.
This channeling represents beings from astral planes and beings who are incarnated on this planet. The highest self of the channeler, Sananda Kumara, and many other beings and entities that are at service of the evolution of humanity. The way of speaking and the tone of voice might be disturbing for those who are not used to it. Perceive the energy and frequency behind each entity that presents itself to assist you and your ascension, as well as the evolution of this planet. So be it and so it is. We wish you an excellent experience.
Positive consideration. Positive consideration may have positive repercussions or not. What is a positive consideration? What is a positive remark? What is to be positive? Language. So many times, you, human being incarnated in this body, may think that positive is better. Why? Why would we create such distinction? Why would we shamelessly ignore the power of the negative? We need, as an imperative, to be negative to create. I need, in a sense, to deny what is, so it can become something else. But is negativity, this no for creation as it is, that allow the art of creation, is a very special one. One that arises from love. Pay attention here. It's not paradoxical, it's simple to understand. A no that arises from love is not a no, it's an elevation. So it's a problem of language. But you see, there is a implicit negativity in it, but not one that denies it, that fights it, that resists it. It's a no that is enhancing, elevating. Do you understand? To create, many times, we must say no to what it came before. No to the conditioning. No to the pattern. No to the old way. No even for things who may believe in the past were positive to us. Otherwise, there is no space for new creation. But again, this no is not denying, it's loving, it's understanding, it's enhancing. The butterfly is not saying no to the caterpillar. It's a progression. But there is a no for the way of being of the caterpillar. Do you understand? So the negative, it is implicit in our creation. But there is a no that arises from love. Pay attention. This is subtle but necessary for your understanding. A no that arises from love is a no that is still aligned and connected to the divine. It's not denying Godhood. It's not denying harmony. It's not denying the beauty of everything. It is not a conflictuous no. It's a no, you may say, into serving the beautification of reality, enhancing everything. At the same time, pay attention now. Positive remarks without connection, alignment, and understanding can be tremendously destructive. Interesting. So this idea of positivity, to be positive to something that is misaligned to your core of creation and the divine, to try to make something beautiful when it's not in alignment with the highest expression of life, pay attention to this. When you try to bring beauty to something that diminishes life, is a distortion, is destructive. It changes your imperative. Your inner guidance becomes broken. Understand this. So there is a negativity that is divine in nature. There is a no that is paramount to creation. You need to express it to be divine. And there is a yes, a positivity that denies Godhood, that denies inner alignment, that denies life in the most beautiful expression. We seldom talk here about those things, but it's necessary at this moment to make it clear again that your character, your ma, when you try positively to remark it, when you try to constantly ignite this positivity about yourself, to pretend your way out of situation, to make yourself feel better, maybe igniting your passion that are mundane in nature. They won't take you anywhere other than more suffering. These positive remarks in a very different language, but it still brings clarity, creates karma. Karma again, nothing to do with punishment. Karma as a web of interconnectivity that holds you into place. So there is a nature of positivity and negativity that you need to go deeper into it. We are calling you to enhance your sense perception, to enhance your clarity and understanding, to enhance the depths into you go to perceive what you're actually doing. Oh, but I being positive, divine. Are you, child? I'm choosing my words carefully, divine. Are you, child? You see, constantly we will go back to the same door. A door that may be closed or open in you, that we gave this label for understanding, practicality in language, love. When you're being careful with your language, are you in a state of love? Oh yes. I like everything and everyone. Are you certain? Are you really connecting to every small corner of your being? Are you really deeply connected to every crevice in your existence? Every dark corner in your body? If not, no, I'm sorry. You are still learning to be loved. Why is this important? Because if you still are ashamed, fighting, resisting, denying aspects of you, your positive remark may as well be reinforcing the mask that create division between you and you. I grow so fond, so attached of the idea of me being this that I created with my positive remarks, that I don't see that these positive remarks is denying the truth of me. And this obsession about being this perfect self creates this huge barrier and gap between the truth of me. So this apparent positive is a deep-rooted negativity. Oh no! Yes, I'm sorry. You're trying too hard, you see. When you put so much effort into creating a persona full of positive remarks, you are creating a wall between you and you, between you and something that does not fit in. None of those labels and remarks that does not fit in that beautiful scenario I create for myself, does not fit in the masks I built it up to make something so beautiful, and this attachment to it, it can't be more negative, unfortunately. Some of you will label this the ego. It may as well be, in a sense, but it's more than that. You see, because the ego has a automatism to it. It's not really there, you understand. It exists through you and from you. What I'm trying to say that it may as well be the ego, but it's not doing it alone. So there is something aware enough in you, and you call these positive creations of yours, maybe even this beautiful law of attraction, without really understanding the nature of you. So you go on forcing things up consciously. That is the thing. You're no longer sleeping. You are just in denial. So many of you who are listening to this channeling in the space and time continuum may feel irritated and upset with this channeling. We are pushing your button out of love. Why we may do so? Because in this awakened that is not completely aware, in this awakened that is still confused, in this awakened that does not completely take love as its way of existing, you may as well make things more complicated for you. And again, let's remember, you are free to do that. If that is what keeps you interested in existence, please keep on doing it. But we are here to bring clarity about consequences of this choice. It's time, if you want to ascend, become a being of love, eternal, to keep progressing as your soul envisions it. If you don't want to crystallize, collapse, die, and be reborn, to continue the plan of your soul to ascend, then I invite you to consider it. Maybe it's time to understand that all of those positive remarks you may cover yourself so well with may as well be just an armor. So be it, and so it is. Why would we distance ourselves from life? Why that is so alive in us? We may put those covers, those barriers that they are labeling positive remarks. I would just say that you try to put aroma of flowers into our stinking corpuses. Something that is deeply abandoned and without care for too long has a bad smell and you don't like it. So you try to put it back in a box, to shove it up in a dark cave, and you put flowers in front of it and pretend it's not there. This is a mistake if you're trying to make yourself work as a unified being. You don't do this because we are bad or evil. I don't agree with this perception of humanity, and this disagreement is not of mental capacity. It's from someone that perceives things from afar and beyond. I can see you as a big picture. I just comprehend the task in front of you as I have done the same. It's a complicated matter. You see, we want so much to become something, and it's so painful and hurtful not to be that something yet. And that pain comes again and again, life after life. Maybe in a life you tried so hard, you see, but it didn't work. Maybe you were killed and crucified, as my beloved seated here. You did this so many times, you see. Many of you also, beautiful beings of light, trying so hard. But you failed. You died, you were destroyed, killed, persecuted. Maybe it happened because of you, because you still were afraid. Maybe you did something wrong, that you spiral out of your path. It doesn't matter, you see. All of you have different journeys, but all the journeys take us to the same place. Unity in totality. As we always have been one. Cannot not be one. But it's easy to understand when I am here seated where I am and not there where you are seated. So I understand. So easy to talk about it from here. And so painful to exist inside of it, as we are so close to the wound, the gash of suffering. But I believe in you. I comprehend that we can do it. I did it, and many of us that are here in this beautiful, amazing circle are doing this with you, and we did before. We comprehend. But be careful with your wording. Be careful with the way you express yourself about who you are, because otherwise you create this barrier again. You start pretending that you're something you are not, because it's so much easier to like it, you know? And then you start to disconnect from the part that is, in a sense, is thinking, and not as beautiful as you want it to be. And then you create a problematic reality for yourself, and you keep trying to cover it up. And then you're afraid of connecting to other people. You're so afraid. They will know that I stink. I'm so afraid of intimacy. If they get closer to me, they will see the barrier of flowers and what is behind it. I'm terrified of it, so I just allow superficial connection. But I am starving. I really need connection. I'm starving, but I deny it. I denied the deep connection, so I'm always craving for a superficial one. I'm never sated of this need of connection. In a sense, because I'm not connecting to myself. So I try to substitute that with pointless connections outside. Pointless because it will never take you to the place you need to go, that is you. You're just pushing up. And more you do this, more you want to impress people outside of you, more you want to be pleasant and agreeable, because you are addicted
to that connection that is superficial and is a hunger that never stops. You keep trying so hard to create this persona that is likable because you hate yourself. You deeply, profoundly hate yourself. And I need to cover it up. I need people that likes me. The more, the merrier. But it's never enough. It's not working. It's not enough. Never is enough. Never is enough. Why? Why it's not working? Why it's not working should be working. I'm doing everything right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this is painful. I know. I have been there. I understand you. I connect to you. I see you. But I also believe in you. In your capacity to stop trying to do what will never work. Your capacity to finally turn a page in your life where this is no longer relevant. That this addiction or the superficial connection will just kill you instead of heal you. It may seem positive, you see, this positive remark, the perfume may seem positive, but is it? Is it? Because we start believing that you end where the flowers begin. You have been putting perfume and flowers there for so long that you forgot there is something beyond that wall of flowers, that you put it there. You see, it's rotting. It's dying because of you. They said it is a conscious choice. And I know it's very confusing for someone like you to say it. I never did this conscious choice. And that's the tricky part. Because they are correct, but at the same time, from your perspective, they are not. Because they don't understand a subtle thing about humans. That when we do some conscious choice, we pretend that we are not doing it. You see, we hide our own consciousness. There is this millisecond that you know the truth and you immediately hide it. So they are absolutely correct. You are doing a conscious choice. But you immediately forgot and let it go. And you, in 1 second, may never even recognize that that happened. But you did it. You did make the choice. Are you understanding me? 1 day, 2 days, 1 year after, you have no clue that you ever did any choice like that. It doesn't mean that was not made, my love. You did it. So although I understand, I have a lot of compassion, I have to say with them, this must stop. This cannot be. We are dreamers of a new earth, of a new reality. And all of you need to go through this process. Some of you have to reincarnate because you're so stubborn and so settled into hide your true self behind that wall of misunderstandings, of lies, of deceit, of masks. And it's saddening for me that you may choose to die again. You know, it's not necessary. Again, you don't need to go through this anymore. So if you go through it, you are choosing it. Oh no, I'm choosing the divine. I'm choosing an amazing life. I'm choosing this good path. Are you, child? Are you really? You see, you're pretending. But when it comes to the moment of choosing, you put the perfume again. Isn't it? Come on, my darling. You cannot hide behind it anymore. It's time to grow up. So be it, and so it is.
As you understand the divine entities above you, you may comprehend that in many aspects, all the lies and the stories that you tell yourself and you ended up believing it because it feels good. Because it feels good, you say, see, I am attracting a new reality. See, I am a creator. And we may as well say, yes, you are doing it. In a linear fashion, you are improving tiny by tiny bits, you are improving. You are slowly regressing to a state of perfect love. And many times in the past, we have proof of this, we gave you instructions of this, and it is a good way for you to improve yourself. Slowly. But now there is a new possibility for all of you. Instead of slowly pretending you're way above, there is better ways. Why we say this? Because in a fashion, in a way, you start to get a taste for positivity. But right now, you need to give a next step. Do you understand? In many ways, this positivity that is a pretend may create a positive result, but behind it there is so much charged negativity because you're still in duplicity, in duality. So everything that you create, everything that you bring to creation, everything that you bring forward will be tainted by your conflict. This child may be the key of understanding of this law of attraction and why so many of us have been teaching this for you. Because through law of attraction, many of you start to understand the nature of creation in this universe. As you go deeper and deeper into it, you slowly start to believe into something that you could not believe before. This planet is going to die. The deluded self will say. But the one that starts to understand the law of attraction starts to believe in a new reality. So the collective selves of you and imbued with the attraction created a new reality for this planet. It was enough to turn the scales into your favor. So you see there is an undeniable power into attraction even when you're still in duality. 51% to destroy the planet. The planet is gone. But 51% to the planet continuing, then things get better. We can improve upon it, isn't it? Now we are way beyond 51%. But again, you may be 60% positivity, but 40%, I hate myself. So there is still a lot of struggle in your reality. Are you understanding? So although the positivity that is masking the duality in the law of attraction and many other of these beautiful ways of understanding creation may become a rock in your path, when you start to understand that unicity is your destination. So in any shape or form, we're not denying the power and the beauty of attraction, or even criticizing it is of paramount importance for all of you. But it's time to evolve. It's time to understand the subtleties, the peculiarities of it. That you has behind the underneath a blanket of shadow also need to be carried on with the rest. As we have been talking, why duality is necessary. You cannot go inside this box cave that you created, wanting to exterminate pain, suffering, and negativity, without first anchoring a deep-seated consciousness in yourself. Otherwise, pain will return to awaken you, as has been said here in this circle. So it is a more complex movement than just sitting there and using the tools we have been giving you to attract. That was child play. Because in this one, you need to do several movements at the same time. Requires more skill and coordination. But you see, you are capable of it. Come on. We are surfing timeline. So you can do this. There is so many things that you are still to understand in your journey. But they all will be so much fun. So be it and so it is. I don't want you to grasp so much to say that this is the law of allowing. This is simplicity. Law of allowing has been stated before as a knowledge for the collective in many different teachings before. Law of allowing is beautiful and necessary, but here there is more complexity added to it. There is intrinsic meaning in that consciousness that is choosing to create masks. There is the idea of positive intentionality behind that movement, that it may seem as allowing. So you see, allowing as a raw statement can take you so far. That's why the definition of love is not just allowing. There's all of those deep hidden layers that need to be understood. So please, this is beyond pure allowing. You need to comprehend the intrinsic complexity in this carry on as enlightened consciousness and learn to be at ease with that relaxation as you flow in mastery is what our friend played with surfing the multidimensional waves. Surfing is entertainment, is enjoying. So please, there is complexity in many things that you consider entertainment, that you need to learn, to grow accustomed to it, so we can enjoy. This is no different. This is not a burden. This is not a task. But it cannot be simplified too much. Otherwise you regress to a primitive state of understanding instead of going forward into fifth dimension. So be it, and so it is. Why we simplify? Why we listen such a powerful chanting like this one? And 5 minutes later we will remember just a very short, summarized part of it. Because it's a pain in the ass to hold so much information and human language, yes. Oh, it's very irritating. It's too much information. Don't bother me with it. It's your right, you see. But remember, when you are in your so-called university, you carry this huge notebook and it's writing down what the teacher is saying. Then you go back home and you keep reading those notes because, you know, you have to do an essay about it or a test or something like that. And then you connect to other friends. Look at that. You create a group of study and you talk about what the heck that teacher said that day. And incredibly enough, almost all of you never do this to spiritual teachings. What a... This is beyond me. Why you give so much to your illusion and so little to your ascension? This is beyond me. How many hours you study in this so-called university Oh, but I didn't do university, you see, spiritual being. I was smarter. Stop that. You have gone to school, yes, the same. Very, very little one, short amount of you didn't do any of that. But those ones are impeccable because they learn to self-serve. You see, all of you that are here need to understand that all of those teachings are complex and they require effort. I need to pay attention. I need to put an effort in the beginning so it becomes effortless later on. Have you ever perceived that a student, if it doesn't go well in the beginning of his journey, a bad teacher was repressive, that maybe humiliated him or her, and it created that resistance to that discipline. 10 years in the future is suffering in this so-called university because of it. Because the base, the foundation was corroded. He tried to step on the basics. It brings misfortune. I love you. I love you. I am scolding you. Yes, I am. Because this is human language. And this is human behavior. And this is a human teacher talking to you. So please understand. Give up this laziness. Again talking about laziness. You deserve more. Give everything of you to this new knowledge. This time, it is 100% for you. So be it, and so it is.
I don't want to generate misunderstanding about this message. But the complexity of stop hiding, the subtleties of teachings that you already received, many times had a mystical flavor to it. Hard to channel, hard to translate. It's not every day that we have someone like Sananda embodying it to bring the message as pure as possible. But now you do, and he's not alone. There's many of us there in the flesh. So we invite you, very lovely, to make this as an academy of knowledge, as a university of self, a school of ascension, of mastery. It is playful, it is joyful, but it is complex. And in the simplicity of spiritual teachings, there is so many hidden layers that we and he and many others can bring to you so you can understand and have mastery. So try and avoid summarizing the teaching. Go deep into it. Yes, summarize if you need, but go deeper. Bring back to you your allegiance to the divine, becoming as one. So be it, and so it is. So this channeling is divided into very specific blocks. In one of them, we were talking about positive remarks and how there is a nature of positivity that is destructive, and how there is a negativity that is very necessary for creation. In this process, we revealed how this may happen inside a human being. That is the most important part of this channeling, and I want you to remember it, not to regress into slumber. The second part of it is a reminder that this requires your effort, that in this you may find answers. And if you study again and again, if you listen to this channeling a few times and take notes, this will change your life and your perspective about things. So this is the moment for doing this to yourself, to keep everything as clear as possible. So focus and create in alignment. So be it and so it is.
As everything has been exposed and clarified to you, by you as we are your mirrors in ascension, can you please understand your body from the perspective of the wall of positive remarks? Can you observe this beautiful temple of yours? Trying to perceive where a maybe a wall of flowers and perfume has been put on. If you know of it already, where you usually put it. And how can you start to cross the threshold? Again and again and again. To elevate what is behind. So just observe yourself. How is your centers of energy? Choose. What do you do? Make a commitment. I will no longer hide. No longer pretend. How strong is your commitment, dedication to yourself? Maybe you discover that it is small. Don't hide it with perfume. This may be as well be the first step. I will enhance and improve my real commitment. You see, I have been pretending for so long that I didn't notice that my effort was to improve my mask, my wallflowers, instead of what is truly alive inside of me. So refresh your commitment. I choose to be a vessel of love. So be it. And so it is.
Some of us was, once upon a time, incarnated masters. We know what goes inside of you as we perceive you. So please understand that all of this is from a deep-seated love in the core of our beings. Now we invite you once again to reflect on the nature of commitment to oneself and what is the nature of godhood when oneself flowers into consciousness. So be it, and so it is. As we are here today once again to liberate what we may call karma, as we elevate to dance in Dharma, all beautiful dancers of co-creation, you can express yourself in so many different shapes and forms. It's so beautiful creation. The enjoyment of beauty comes from this deep-seated space, as we were talking 1 second ago. So observe yourself and perceive your timeline in your creation, how it was when you woke up, the directions it was taking, what form of life you're magnetizing with your emotions and sensations in your body, and how it came to be as we expressed wisdom and love to you through this enhanced channel that is seated here, our beloved friend Kumara. And many of us are surrounding you with so much love and beauty to bless you. So organize your thoughts to perceive with clarity what is your creative process now. How is your tree of life, where it's taking you. Perceive the branches, the colors, the shapes, the forms, the directions. Everything will enhance your perception. In the future, all of these will make a difference for you. It's going down, it's going up. You're training your vision, training your capacity to see the timelines. This is just the beginning. Observe. Now see what happens when we intervene with your free will. When you allow it to come close and elevate all of you. See what happens. What colors it becomes with the tree of life. What happens? See it. What is the inclination? How the branches goes? What happened to the tree of life? Understand it more and more, the subtleties of it. Enhance your sense perception, your clarity.
If it is in you the will of co-creation, express it in your free will by stating in your voice in clarity and understanding. I ask, choose, and allow the divine form of I Am and its messengers to me to intervene in my favor, to guarantee my creations, my dreams, my emotions, and my thoughts, all of my interactions and speech along this day, to bring all of my self-expressions to perfect alignment with the higher form of I Am, manifesting and creating heaven on earth, and by doing so guaranteeing, locking, and synchronizing the most beautiful creations. So be it, and so it is. Now visualize and feel our energies synchronizing events, people, and circumstances in your life. Visualize the timelines merging, elevating, all of this happening inside of you, around you. Perceive timelines merging, elevating, synchronizing. Feel it in your bones, in your marrow, the frequency of the new earth, heaven and earth of eternity. More and more, stronger and stronger in you, resonating, collapsing new ways. And this fourth form, this vortex of co-creation, this mandala, is being integrated, synchronizing, resonating in togetherness. We activate now the multidimensional mandala. Unconceivable amount of beings start to activate, resonate, synchronize. All of us co-creating this beautiful mandala, heaven and earth. Elevating, resonating in all directions. We radiate, so be it and so it is.
Beautiful mandala, we integrate our forces once again to bring beauty into form and creation. We are many, we are one, we are together. And it's a beautiful shape and form co-creating when we sing together in unison our choice and decision by decreeing all as one voice.
So be it and so it is, because this is my will, the will of divine sacred consciousness, divine sacred presence, manifested right here, right now, in this phase and tempo of I am. So be it and so it is, so be it and so it is, so be it and so it is. Gratidão, gratidão, gratidão.